New York, so good they named it twice. With its giant skyscrapers, amazing views, fashion, and of course home of Sex and the City, it's the city that never sleeps. Yes, loose women have been let loose in the Big Apple. With me, Denise, there's Lisa, Carol, and Sherry, so America, beware. You've seen us in the studio, but for the first time ever on this exclusive DVD, we're doing what girlfriends do best. We're shopping, we're gossiping, we're ladies who lunch, and yes, we're washing it down with a fair few bubbles. So pour yourselves a Cosmo and come with us as we're let loose in New York. Coming up, Sherry has her eyes opened on the Sex and the City tour.
Put it in my...
Things get steamy during some late-night chats.
Where's your oddest place that you've ever done it?
In a tent. Oh, that's quite romantic.
No, it's with two.
Oh. Hello, come on in.
We throw open the doors for an exclusive peek at the Loose Women Penthouse.
Hey, look. Champagne bath. Look at that.
Carol and Sherry have an audience with the First Lady of New York, Ivana Trump.
How do the New York men, do you think, differ? You know, British men.
British drink a lot.
All our dreams come true when we're given a Sex and the City makeover.
For the lads, for the lads.
And you thought we couldn't be shocked? Neither did we until original supermodel Janice Dickinson dropped in.
Screw those New York bitches. It's all about loose women.
Yes.
One of the must-do things in New York is to take the Sex and the City tour. And us loose women have decided to do it in style with our very own tour guide, Lou. Our very own limo.
Hey! Well done.
And, of course, champagne.
Sherry.
What I've realised that Sherry's drink problem is that it never actually makes her mouth.
Yeah.
Because she just spills it all over the floor. That's actually her
She's never been able to hold her drink.
First up on the tour is the pleasure chest, where Miranda introduced Charlotte to a very special friend called the Rabbit. And we're not talking Bugs Bunny.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Sherry, this is a first.
My favourite shop.
Remember, Sherry hasn't been in
I've never been in a shop like this.
You've never been in a shop like this?
Not any, ever.
No.
Oh, my. Don't look.
Look, Sherry, just go on. Off you go.
Oh, look.
Off you go.
What about these?
Round the shop.
What about
Look at
these?
that. Bondage for a Yorkshire Terrier. What's that?
Do you think she might want to whack head with that?
This is good
Is
for
that what it's
mosquitoes.
It's for whacking.
It looks like it's...
What happened?
You've broken it.
to these. You'll have to buy it now.
It looks like it's a shuttlecock thing.
She's just shuttled her cock with it, I think.
Oh, actually.
Look at these rabbits.
I've got one.
But the
Did you
thing
buy one for Jane?
Have you got one for Jane?
That's for me. Mine's worn out. Oh, Denise, here's one that'll fit you.
What about these? Kate Thornton. Look,
Yeah,
pink.
no, yeah, she'd like those.
She'd like those, wouldn't she? I can see her
Really
doing
like
that
those.
with one of those.
And that film.
Put it in my... Having a tickling stick.
I think I'm going to get one of those because I think they're ingenious.
I've got one back here.
Hours of fun. Don't you do a runner with that bag.
Well, that's my gift sorted, so it's back off to the limo with a shocked Sherry to carry on with the tour.
Wave, girls. Not like it's glacial.
Directly through the windshield, you sort of get a glimpse of the French restaurant Pastis. Can you kind of see it through the windshield? It's got the red awning.
Yeah.
That's where Carrie had a date with Alexander Petrovsky, the Russian little.
Oh, yes. Played by the
Mikhail
ballet dancer.
Baryshnikov, very good.
Baryshnikov.
Yeah. Samantha took the plunge into the
where
sidewalk
Samantha
there to the
lived?
left, underneath that roof that's hanging over.
Did she live down there as
She
well?
did. She actually lived on Gansevoort Street. That street right there. So Charlotte's Gallery is going to come up just here to the left, next to that Coach store that they're redoing.
Next up on the tour, we get treated to cupcakes in the same park where Carrie told Miranda about her new crush on Aiden. although I can't remember there being quite so many pigeons.
Oh, they're all coming over now. I'll be serious,
It's a feeding frenzy.
The birds!
I don't like them.
And no Sex and the City tour would be complete without Carrie's favourite pastime, a little bit of shopping.
So when you come in here, we love you to try out everything. It's a part of the whole Sex and the City experience.
Of course it is. June Whitfield.
Let's see. Oh, it doesn't look like you anymore.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much.
How do you feel about jewellery? That's our next stop.
I love jewellery.
You love jewellery?
Yeah.
Great.
Then what better place to go than Alexis Bitar, whose designs feature heavily in the show.
You can have this, and then if you're making a bit of a lasagna,
Grate your parmesan.
grate your parmesan at the multi-purpose. Look at that.
Oh, that's just amazing.
What are you doing? Don't bend it. I can't get in it. You're not supposed to get in it. What are you supposed to do with it then?
It goes on like that.
Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, you've got to have those. They're lovely. You've got a pair of earrings. Isn't that nice? I love them. She knew she loved them and she was going to buy them. She didn't buy me anything, but I'm her best friend. But hey, I'm not upset.
Ah, never mind, Sherry. Let's head to the final stop of the tour and maybe Carol will buy you a Cosmo at Stephen Aiden's bar.
Get one in, get one in, get one in. Get in!
Oh, fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the tour, Lou. It's been very informative.
You're welcome. I bet you feel like you're one of the girls now.
Cheers, everybody! Cheers to New York City! New York! Oh, don't give up your day job, for God's sake.
Now, you might think there's nothing you could teach us about sex, but after stopping off at that sex shop, it reminded us about a book that Samantha once read in Sex and the City.
The one thing I've never done in my life is going to that sex shop. Oh. Yes. And I have to say, I had to keep my eyes averted because the books, and I've never seen things like that in my life. And so big. I've never seen
What, the
anything like that.
self-helpy type thing?
Yeah, and what you do with it.
Manuals.
Manuals.
Manuals for manuals.
I know, it's
What
quite
was that
shocking.
one from years ago that everyone used
The
to
joy
have?
of sex.
The Joy of Sex.
You've got that, haven't
I've
you?
got
Yeah.
it.
Have you?
Yes.
Do you
Is
use
it
it?
good, though? Does it tell you?
Well, yeah, it's very, very handy,
It's got a
actually.
really
It's very
big
useful.
book as well. A really, really
handy.
fat paperback.
It wasn't a paperback.
Oh, I've
It
the
was
one I
a
had
sex
was-
manual.
Yeah.
It wasn't a paperback. No, it's a hardback, quite a big book with really explicit pictures in, but they're explicit, but they weren't allowed to publish erections, so there was no erections. So every single sex position in the book, the floppy
Flaccid old Williana.
Well, how did they do a sex position? Because you couldn't get it in if it was all floppy.
Well, because it's kind of different pictures for different stages of what you're supposed to do. if you
So
see what I
1 to
mean.
10 then,
disc.
yeah, this is how you
It's a bit
start.
like a clock.
Yeah.
Going around like that.
Yeah.
And then it's over and it's just like that.
But have you ever looked at the, apart from it having a sort of, as you say, a retro feel to it now, have you ever actually looked at the Joy of Sex in order to discover a new position
What
and
to
then
do?
tried to do
That's
it?
why I bought it at the time, and it was in the 70s, and I thought, I need to.
But you were getting enough practice to just have learned
Yeah,
as
I
you went
know.
along.
Yeah, practice makes perfect, but it doesn't. There is sometimes there's a little bit of technique.
And did it open your eyes and you thought, oh,
No, it
that's
didn't open
what
my
you
eyes.
have to do? I was trying to be... What?
Yeah, no, definitely. It's probably about the only time, apart from a cookbook, that I've ever looked in a book for advice on
answer
how
me
to
this.
do something.
The one thing that I never understand about those with diagrams is, like with a cookbook, you've got a little stand to put it on, so you
Yes.
go back to it.
Yeah.
When you're up like that and you're trying to look at the page and go, right, that bit goes round there, where did you put the book?
Well, you
have it in your hand,
you
like-
don't have to do it by
No, you have to
numbers.
memorise.
You just read it and memorise it, and then when you go and try it out, it's all there, isn't
And
it?
did you try it out?
Yes.
What it told you to do, I mean?
Yes,
I
of
never.
course.
But I don't, would you think
How
that
do
if
you
you looked
think-
that you would discover new positions? I
I've
thought I
seen-
tried them all.
Yeah,
Did you?
Well, I don't think I have tried them all. I'm a bit square like that. And when I see all those diagrams, they frighten me. It's a bit like doing a maths class or something. It's like you've got to get the right angles.
What,
and
do you
all
just
that
like doing it the
business.
same all the time?
I like
little-
to be free and just see what comes. I don't want to be following no drawings.
Well, no,
I
it's
read
not.
a book once.
Doesn't hurt.
What?
I mean, it doesn't hurt to just, look things up.
I know it doesn't hurt. Well, maybe the
Now and
first time.
again. You seek advice from a manual. I think it's quite
I
a
did
good
get
idea.
a book. It wasn't actually a manual.
My
It was a
Secret
book.
Garden.
Oh, yes. No, I haven't read that
fantastic.
yet. But I started to read Women on Top, and everyone said, you've got to read it, it will change your life. And it's women's fantasies, and everyone was going, it's OK to fantasise, it's really cool to fantasise. And I started to read about what these various women
thinks it
fantasise.
isn't?
Well, it was fine.
No,
It
but
was,
they're really explicit fantasies that you would never normally
Some
talk
people
about.
feel like if they fantasise that they're having sex with someone else, that they're in some way being disloyal and stuff like that. So it kind of liberates you to read about other people's fantasies. And I started to read it, and I thought, and I started to get quite excited by it. And then I became a bit addicted to the book. I couldn't put the blooming thing down. And I was like, every opportunity, I don't want to go out tonight. Why do you want to go out? I've got to have to do a bit of reading.
You were like Charlotte then, Charlotte with the rabbit.
Yeah, exactly. But then there was a bit where I was reading it, and then I actually felt like I was a sicko because I was going, a gorilla.
No, there is.
There's a bit with a gorilla.
Loads of dogs on a hot summer's
But
day.
how
Would you find a gorilla?
That is sick.
I didn't
That
finish
is
it.
sick.
It put me off because
How
I
can
just
you
thought-
get turned on by that?
It's a running theme. I have to say, I was doing the series, I was doing Soldier, and honestly, you couldn't find any of the actresses because I'd bought them all a Nancy Friday book, and they would just constantly lock themselves away.
to buy these
with a little.
books.
Oh, you would just love
You'd
it.
be ill. No, she'd be vomiting.
You would buy up the
No, she'd
whole
be
of that sex
horrified.
shop if you.
Would I?
Yeah.
Not the
no.
good-
My
not the
favourite
animal
was. Did you read
bits.
the one about the door-to-door salesman?
Well, come on.
I can't.
No, you
I'll
can't.
tell
It's
you
just-
later.
yeah.
I'll tell you who
Well,
does
do you
love
want the
us.
book? Let's get.
No,
we'll
I
get you the
don't.
book.
I think I've read it. It's an old book, isn't it? It was written in the
there's
70s,
loads.
Mine's very
I think.
old
Women
and
on
ever so
Top,
slightly
Secret
soiled
Garden.
now.
I don't want your copy, thanks. Not after you had it in your hand for every single night for about 6 months.
Got just in my
Bennett.
hand.
No, I don't.
Anyway, let's leave that one there.
As 4 girls from across the pond, we knew it would be important to blend in the Big Apple. So Carol and Sherry took themselves off to meet Ivana Trump for some advice.
So, Ivana, you're not a native New Yorker, obviously, but when you first arrived in New York, how was that? Do you remember it well?
I have a little bit of the shock, okay? Everything, the old buildings are big and streets are wider and the cars are bigger and all that stuff. So it was a little bit of the, it was a shock, actually.
When was that, though? How many years?
You know what? It was about 30 years ago.
When you first met Donald, tell us about that.
Well, that was actually amusing. I was there was Olympic Games in Montreal, and I was part of the team which did a fashion show, but it was a rehearsal fashion show. We had to dance. We had to go on the thing. We had to dance. So we were asked to come to New York and do the show. Okay, I really didn't want to come, and. So the girl said, Ivana, you have to go. We have to go after the show. We have to go out tonight. So I said, you know what? I don't think so. They talked me into it. We went to Maxwell Plum, okay, very famous, restaurant. And we are, of course, the owner was packed. There was no seat. So we went by the bar. So the owner, he loved those 6 gorgeous girls standing by the bar, okay? He loved it, okay? Longer, better. Anyway, suddenly I get like a little peck on my shoulder, and I don't like that at all. So I turn around, and there is this gorgeous guy, the blonde, beautiful, tall, blue eyes, and he said, girls, I know you are strangled and you don't have a table. I know the owner, and you can have the table in here. And so I look at the girls, I say, girls, good news and bad news. I said, what is good news? I said, good news, we will have a table real soon. Bad news, this guy is going to join us. His name was Donald Trump.
Wow.
Wow.
Simple as
And
that.
was that the first American man that you'd met?
Yep.
Oh, did you immediately fall for that charm? Do you
Absolutely not.
Really? Because I mean,
I'm hard to get at it.
Because I'm thinking I quite like to meet an American, so I think they have that kind of something about them, don't they?
Maybe they do, whatever it is, but I'm hard to get. Okay, it takes me a while.
He was already quite powerful then, wasn't he? So
No, absolutely not.
Was he not at all?
No, he was making. I mean, at that time, it was 30 years ago, he was working for his father. Was making about $70,000 a year. Hey, a lot of money then. Okay?
Yeah.
And he was going down to the Brooklyn and up and down and up and down. Absolutely not. And then when we tried to get the first building, hotel which we did, which was a Grand Hyatt Hotel, Commodore Hotel, then we asked the father to loan us $250,000, and father refused.
Really?
Really?
Bad investment.
We did everything on our own. We just somehow we find another way in.
But then you did become sort of, New York's power couple, didn't you? How was that? What was it like to be, so famous and so sort of, powerful in New York?
Well, you know what, it like I said, it is what it was. Yes, we were very powerful. Yes, the people came to us and asked, for favorites, and we have a lot of freeloaders. We had a lot of social people which were climbing to us. But on the end of the day, when you are being taken advantage, and if it is sometimes it's nice way. Charity, you help me. I touch your shoulder, you touch mine.
Yeah.
So I knew exactly what I was doing, and it was great. But on the end of the day, it was me and Donald and children, and my family, that all what mattered. I really didn't care.
How do the New York men, do you think, differ from London or, say, British men? Are they different? Or are they more forward? Or
it's hard to say and distinguish, because American men are, I think, they are more focused on the business.
Yes.
They are more. They're not really are cheating guys that much. They are generous, and European men in overall are a little bit different. They more flamboyant. They more outspoken. But American man, it's sort of
steady.
Yeah, nice.
Which ones do you think drink the most?
Okay.
Probably British.
Okay. Well, I'm in here, and I would not say that, but I think British drink a lot. Okay.
They do.
Yeah, and French do too.
Now, one of the reasons that we're so interested in New York over here now is because of Sex and the City.
Okay.
Have you seen the film, or are you a fan of the show, or...?
I saw the film. It's a show. It's fun. It's great and stuff like that.
Do you recognise yourself in any of those girls?
I'm not sure. They probably do put a little here and there. I honestly don't care.
Right.
Yeah. But I think that's had a bit of an impact on the city as well. I mean, it's
enormous. It's
created a lot of interest, especially amongst women of a certain age.
Well, why not?
Yeah.
I think it's changed people completely. That because we all the women are so very different. Very like loose women, really. They're very, very different. And I think it's given other women hope for their lives too. We're not all as lucky as the ladies sitting at home, and they must think, I could do that.
Well, sitting at home is not great, okay? You're never going to meet anybody sitting in your closet.
Yeah.
You have to go out and you have to see the other people and be, be not just be yourself. And if somebody's interested, fine. If somebody's not, fine. But I'm very picky and just very careful.
That's great. Thank you very much, Ivana Trump.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
cheers.
Ivana, it is. Have a great time in New York.
Thank you. We will. Cheers.
Love you.
Now, honesty is not always the best policy, but as soon as Carol remembered a painful procedure that happened to her on-screen heroine, it loosened our lips a treat.
Did you see the episode of Sex and the City where Samantha went out to have her face peeled? Do you remember that? No. Well, she went out, she was getting ready for a party and she had a face peel. And so for the party, she had this bright red, burnt face. Looked like it'd been blowtorched. And the funniest bit was when she turned up and Cari sort of turned around and saw her and literally screamed. She turned around to her face and went, "Ah!"
You've had that done.
It was
though.
hot.
I
You
did.
had it.
I had a chemical peel about 8 years ago, and what happens is they put it on, and then your face goes brown, and then it starts to drop off your face. And the awful
acid,
thing
isn't
was,
it?
the awful thing was, I was doing I was just about to do a pantomime, and they said I had to go for the press for it, and there was like 4,000 people there, and I said I can't, and they said you've got to. So I'm like a turnip, a very big turnip, with brown skin falling off, and I put dark glasses on. Could you take your glasses off? Took my glasses off, and went past this little girl, and I just say to her, Mummy, that lady's face is falling off. It was literally falling off the floor.
I did an unintentional peel years ago. Do you remember sunray lamps?
Yeah.
Yes.
Before we had sunbeds. And I'd left home, I was about 17 and moved in my boyfriend, and he had a sunray lamp. And I said, oh, how'd you work it? He said, well, you just put the timer on, and then it ticks round, and then when it goes ding, you're done. So I said to him, well, just put it on for me. So he put it on, he went away. I'm lying there under the sunray lamp. About 45 minutes later, he still hasn't come back, and the thing hasn't dinged. So I've come into him, and he went to me, oh my God, what have you done to your face? Like nearly 3rd-degree burns.
Well, it would be.
It was horrible.
that, though,
I had to
haven't
wear
we?
sunglasses for
Lasting damage.
6 months.
But I think they are so serious, because don't you always burn your bum, don't you? Always burn your
But
bum.
hang on a minute, you're a woman who's had acid painted onto her face.
Yeah, but the results are fantastic when it goes well.
They were, but the thing is, when you've had it done, your skin's like babies. But then when you go into the air, it goes.
I know. Do you remember
that?
You get everybody.
SPF 150 on
Yes,
protection
because
from
all
the sun.
never go in the sun again.
Talking of Botox and things, do you remember that time when I went for that first consultation that I told you about then? I went for this consultation, right? I was at the gym and they said, oh, there's this woman who does these fillers. This is years ago, and I'd never really heard of fillers. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. I'll just go for a consultation, but I won't have anything done. Right, but when I was in there, because anybody could sell me anything, she persuaded me to have a few little fillers and some Botox, right?
Where did you have it?
So she did Botox here and she did like some fillers here, and she said when you get older, what happens is it might not be that noticeable, but the sides of your mouth start to turn down. So I'm just going to put a little bit in here. So I went, okay, and she said, but you'll hardly notice it, and then you can go out shopping afterwards and everything. So I did. So I had this little bit in here, and I didn't tell anybody at home because they would have been horrified. And I walked in the house, and Matthew was about 14. And he just came in and he went like this to me. Mum, can we discuss why you've turned into the Joker from Batman? I looked in the mirror, and it was like that, and then I just burst into tears because it was like that.
How long did that last?
So you were crying, but you still looked like you were laughing.
Luckily, 24 hours later, it's gone down, but it was just Matt doing that. Can we discuss?
We talk about this.
It's funny because when I first had Botox, and I didn't look at it, and I got home, I was like that.
It's that spot.
But just Botox-wise,
like
this girl was telling me recently, because you can now have Botox in your neck, which I thought was fantastic. But you know how it's a few days before the Botox, kicks in, because when you have it in your forehead, I don't know if you've had it done, but when you have, because you know when you have it in your forehead and you're just normal, and then suddenly you're like that. But this girl had it in her neck. She had it in her neck,
what does that
and then forgot about it. Well, apparently it just smooths it out. Tightens it. But she said that she had this Botox in her neck, forgot about it, and then she was doing jiggy jigs with a boyfriend, and she said that he was on top doing the business, and it happened then, and she was like that, and she couldn't get out.
Rigor mortis.
Like a corpse.
Literally couldn't get up.
How'd you get rid of hair? How'd you get rid of hair?
Well, I just shave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shave.
Well, I just shave. I know you love your epilators or whatever you call it. I've never used
I love
one.
that. I told you, you got one and you never used it. And it's the most amazing thing.
What do you do? Tell me.
Well, it literally, I can't feel it anymore. It does hurt the first time, but it pulls the hair out from the roots.
I know.
But in the same way as a wax would. But it does it with a machine.
Is it like a razory thing that you go up your leg like that with it?
Yeah, it looks like that. But
electrodes.
Yeah, it grabs the hairs and just pulls them out.
Whoa.
Yeah. I was going to a party once and I did it, took all the hairs out. Actually, most of them don't even grow anymore. Took all the hairs out, so it left little tiny holes, which I wasn't aware of. And then I put my fake tan on, and it all went into the holes. And I looked like I was wearing like polka dot tights. And I had to go to a party like that.
I'm going to have to get one, because
Seriously.
I told you these hormones that I'm on, he's put them now in little implants, but he's also put a little implant of testo gel, which is like a testosterone. And I know, but
Is that why you said to me, can I arm wrestle you last night?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't
I
arm wrestle because she knows
honestly
you're
start
going
thinking.
here.
I'm starting thinking that I'm going to get them on my a little epilator for me chest.
What if you do it downstairs?
What?
Department.
No, you don't go near that with
Don't
an No.
What would it do?
Oh, well,
There'd been tears to your eyes,
you
I
wouldn't
should
live
think.
to tell the tale. It's revolting.
Oh.
As night falls over Manhattan, me and the girls are having a glam night in our fancy New York penthouse. Hello, come on in. Welcome to our New York crib. Our little loose women home away from home. Come on, I'll show you upstairs. Oh! What are you doing, missus?
Oh! What do you think I'm doing?
There she is.
Get one in, get one in. Do you want one?
Yes, please, darling.
Okay.
Carol says I look like Coco the clown. I think she looks like she works for a butcher's airline. Anyway, come on, I'll show you upstairs. Watch my knickers, because they don't match my dress. Try to look cool, but my back's killing us. This is what you might call the mezzanine level. And this over here. Sorry, I'm just filling up a bit, but it's quite some time since I've seen Enrique. And he's obviously my fiancé, as many people back home know. And it's just that at any time he could, you know, jet in to New York, and just in case he pops in, because obviously he will obviously be looking for me if he's here. I just want him to know that out of sight, but never out of mind. There we are, our beautiful fireplace. Now, this mirror is positioned here because Lisa Maxwell is a little bit vain. She's always doing her hair and makeup, so we thought if we put it there, she won't be able to see, if you know what I mean. This is where, surprise, surprise, Carol McGiffin is going to sleep. Carol sadly doesn't have a pop star, international superstar boyfriend, but she does have the gorgeous Mark, who we all have to be reminded about. We're only actually away 5 days, but there's Mark. There we are, little Sharky. We do love him. Okay, round here. We'll just see what's going on in the world. La la la, la 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 la, la la la. Anyone? Oh! It's Sherry Hewson in the bath.
In your bath?
Look at you!
Did you know I was here?
Well, I didn't know you were here, but we are actually just in our little penthouse, you know. We're not in Hugh Hefner's house, as she poses seductively in the bath.
Seductively, yeah.
Have you not got a champagne?
Can you get me one, please?
Carol! Hurry up with the champagne!
You can't get the servants now.
Anyway, Sherry, I think you might find you want to get out, because none of us can afford to be any more wrinkled than we naturally are.
Well,
thank
speak
you
for yourself.
There we are,
Miss
darling.
Welsh.
Actually, you look quite hot, quite fancy myself. Thank you.
It's mine.
It's not
Yay.
For God's sake, himself.
They're all so jealous. Oh, so now you drink this in the bathroom. Hey, look, champagne bath. Look at that. I've never had that in my life. A champagne bath with cassis. Oh, how nice. How decadent. How lovely.
Sherry, get your knickers on. The pizza man's here. Sorry, it's just that it'll take quite a long time for Sherry to get her knickers on, because they're quite big knickers. Right, let's see who's here. Oh, look at Carol, who suddenly thinks she's turned into Lana Turner.
Lana Turner with bingo wings.
Right then. Just in case he looks like a supermodel of Pizza Pete. Coming! Oh, for God's sake. It's Lisa Maxwell. Come in.
Well, that's not the sort of pizza boy you want, is it?
Comedy pizza time.
Don't be a con.
God, they are!
They wouldn't deliver, it was too late, so I had to go and pick them up.
Is this like, what, there's only 4 of us, is this one each?
Oh, you never know, it might drop by. Isn't Enrique in the
There's
neighbourhood?
one each. Look at, excuse
Have you-
me. I've never seen anything.
I got a bit lost on the way and I got a bit hungry.
I think we should take them upstairs to there's a beautiful roof terrace, but I'm just absolutely starving. Come on.
Okay, girls, come on, finish up your pizza. Bring your champagne. Let's go on the terrace. It's
All right.
Oh, cheerio, cheerio. Wait for out there, cheerio.
Time for us to enjoy the stunning views from our roof terrace and have a late-night girly chat.
So, girls, let's be honest. Is it, what do you reckon? Is it ever okay to actually, is it fake or break time on the orgasm front?
Well, I don't know. Have you ever done it?
What, had sex?
Have I ever?
Faked it?
Oh.
Everybody
have.
has.
Have you?
Wouldn't it be a lie?
stuff.
Wouldn't it be a lie if somebody said, no, I haven't? It'd be a lie.
Yeah, but some people say that they haven't.
Then that'd be really faking it. If you fake the fact that you faked it.
Yeah. No,
Carol fakes her own when she's doing it herself.
What constitutes faking an orgasm? Is that like pretending that you're with someone else as well?
No. I think
that's
It's just
called
making,
something
it's just
else.
acting noises.
I
Acting
just
noises
think
like
that I just think that any woman that says that she hasn't is a fibber.
I just
Because
said that.
I know what I'm saying, but I just think that sometimes it goes on for so blooming long that you've just got other things to do. I mean, I can remember sort of learning my script, you know what I mean? Just doing that.
What, at the same
So,
time?
yeah. Because you've got to get it
in your hand
over
like
with.
that?
Yeah.
You've just got other things to do. You're too busy in life.
Sometimes it's also doing them a favour as well, I think. Sometimes
I don't think you should do it because I don't think any woman should do it because
Why?
actually
Have you never done
No,
it?
because I have. I've done it. I've done it when I've been having sex with someone I don't particularly like, and there's no way that it's
what
going
about
to happen
having
naturally.
sex with someone that you love, but actually you've got a really busy day?
But what's the
and-
point? What is the point?
But you're just saying that because you're with Mark now. You're just saying that you would never do it because no, I think you are.
Yeah, but it's damaging. You can't sort of massage men's egos in that way, like by making out that they're doing a really great job when they're not. They're going on for too long, and they think that by going on for too long,
It doesn't
then that's
mean
a
that
great
they're not.
performance.
It doesn't mean that they're not, that
2
they're not
minutes
doing
is
a good
enough.
job. Sometimes it can be a good job, but I just think it has to be a little bit more cerebral.
And
with
it doesn't
some women.
always have to be about a prize at the end. Actually, you can
Sometimes
just
you
enjoy,
can enjoy it for just the,
Yes, but you're allowing them to think that they are bringing on something that they're not actually bringing on.
just
Do you know
got
what?
other things to do.
Can I
don't
say
think so.
something?
No,
You
no,
don't
other
have to
things to
address
do.
everything like it's a problem. You don't have to be right. I'm going to be totally honest about everything because sometimes it's best if it's not a problem. Maybe for 2 or 3 weeks you don't feel like surrendering to it and enjoying the moment completely and utterly. And it's easier just to go with the flow, make it feel like it was a special moment, put that moment away, and then the next week when you're feeling up for it again and it's all real, no one's any the wiser.
Or you
And
just
it doesn't
say-
rock the boat.
Or you just say you didn't do it for me, sorry.
No.
Well,
I
that's
would
gonna
never
hurt
say that.
someone's
I would never
feelings.
say that. I
Maybe you
would
don't
never
like
say
Why is
that.
it going to hurt their feelings? They don't care.
They do. Oh my God! Have you
care.
ever met a
Of course
bloke
they
that
care.
doesn't want 10 out of 10 every
So,
time?
Some blokes don't.
Men also don't believe
They
that
don't
we
leave
ever
the hand
fake.
all the time.
Men also don't believe that we ever fake orgasms.
No.
Because
Especially
they
us
choose not to.
actresses.
Of course.
Oh, you should see us go, us turns.
But
Oh,
the
you'd
thing is,
never
I
know.
also
That's your
agree.
job, isn't it?
I agree with
Actresses.
Lisa that you can enjoy it without that, and then just perhaps have a solo flight another day.
I think it might be a problem if you're doing it every day for like a year.
Every day?
Or
Who does it every day?
Well, Carol does. Carol is not.
No, I
Okay.
don't. I don't.
Suppose-
I don't. But who really, in their right mind, expects everybody to be completely satisfied every single day? It's not realistic. And if you
not.
pretend that you are, you're on a hiding
No,
time.
I agree, yeah, I
I'm not
agree.
pretending
No, you're
every
right.
time. It's just that when it has gone on for so long, and they obviously are hanging back.
And you're asleep.
Until you do, exactly. When you're in a coma. No. But exactly. When they have got, when they have gone on for so long.
How long are you
And you've knitted a whole blanket, Sherry.
Yes, but that's what they think.
Eating a
That's what a lot of men
blanket.
think is a really good performance, going on for a long time. That's, have you ever slept with someone who's taken Viagra? It's a nightmare.
Oh,
fainted
yeah.
when
No, I
had
haven't. But I know someone that did and apparently had to shut his thing in the door to make it go away.
In the door?
It wouldn't
What, like
go
that?
away. It wouldn't go away. I mean, it was banging the door on it.
That's like
to get
getting a
rid of
hammer
it.
and going, get down!
Exactly. Get down,
Have you ever had Viagra?
No.
No.
Have you?
Have you?
Have you?
Some woman told me that it was fantastic. So I took one. And Tim went upstairs and got spruced up because he knew that I'd taken it. When he came down, I'd fainted in the kitchen.
Had you taken the wrong pill?
No, and he just saw me slither down the cupboard
Frightening.
after going upstairs going,
So did he leave you on the kitchen floor?
Well, of course he did.
What's he going to do with her?
Went upstairs for his solo flight.
Okay, we're here in Times Square. It's absolutely amazing. There's so many colourful people around. Hello. Are you a psychic?
No.
What does your poster mean? Psychic vision?
But I'm not a psychic. I work for the lady.
Oh, you're just a card holder. So you couldn't read my palm?
No, I can't.
Would you not even try to?
No, I can't. I don't want
Who do we have over here? Oh, hello. You need help? What do you want help for?
For weed, I'm trying to get stoned.
Do you think that sex on your first date is a good thing? No.
I would be like Marvin Gaye, let's get it on.
No, they're gonna be a floozy. Brad Pitt? First night. What about you? Would you do it?
If it's Andy Garcia.
Oh my, it's Michael Jackson.
Can I feel your bicep?
Sure.
It's real.
Of course it's real.
It's got oil on it.
Yeah, I just came from the gym.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, what are you doing now? Goodbye. Go now.
Have you ever been dumped?
I would never say that I have,
Okay.
but I have dumped.
Have you ever been dumped?
Plenty of times. Plenty of times. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's just a fact of life.
So you mean you've got a lot of sweeties in the sweet shop?
I got a lot of sweeties in the sweet shop. What the hell does that mean?
Are you getting quite good at being dumped now?
No, it don't seem like women want to dump me now that I'm in the army.
I can see that. That uniform is very appealing.
Okay, will do. Thank you. I've got a boyfriend. I've got a boyfriend.
Can I ask you,
Yes, ma'am.
do you know anything about loose women?
Loose women in the sense where we're all totally depraved and we need a savior. And if loose falls into the point where you're in sin, then yeah.
Do you come from New York?
New Yorker.
Are you really? All your life?
All my life, the Bronx. Born in the
Bronx. I like that. It's very sexy, that.
Do you think I'm loose?
It's not sexy here.
It's sexy to me.
Oh, well, I'm going home with you then.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're pretty loose.
If you were a loose woman, who would you be?
Oh, what's your name?
Denise. Oh, that's a terrible admission. Oh, my God.
Who's your favourite loose woman?
Carol.
Who's yours?
I'd say Carol as well.
Who would you be?
Colleen.
Colleen. Oh, can you sing?
No.
Oh, well.
If you were to have sex with any of the loose women, which one would it be?
Ooh. Yeah, she's a bit dirty, Carol.
If you were a loose woman, which one would you be?
I would be you.
Would you?
Yeah,
that is the right answer.
Oh, after all that running around Times Square, Lisa and Sherry must be feeling a bit peckish. So we visited the world-famous Carnegie Deli for a bite to eat.
Are we sitting here?
Here? Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic.
This is great. You see all the pictures on the wall.
Oh, I'm starving.
Starving. Do you think there'll be big sandwiches?
But you know what I love about New York? It's like, it's exactly what it says on the tin. Do you know what I mean? All your
It is,
childhood
yeah.
dreams of New York and of the Carnegie Deli and of the yellow cabs. It's like, suddenly, that's why you can't believe it.
Hello.
Hello.
Carnegie Deli, what brings you here?
Hunger.
Hunger?
And history.
In history?
Yeah.
Well, you're in the most famous place, one of the best delis in the world.
What's your name, by the way?
My name is Sandy.
Sandy. So, Sandy, do you actually own this place? Is it yours?
Actually, it's my wife, but I'm an MBD here.
What's an MBD?
Well, it's not a CEO, or COO, CFO. I got this degree, believe it or not, in Oxford. I was a Rhodes Scholar. See, you live there, you don't even know what this degree is. MBD is I married the boss's daughter.
Very
Doors right to the dash.
Well, we've heard that you're going to give us something that we won't be able to get our mouths around, Sandy. Is that true?
If you can put your mouth around what I give you, It's a mistake.
Oh.
And then hold on. I'm going to tell you now.
Challenge is on, Sam.
Yeah. Stop. My place. Let me talk. Listen to
go.
me.
Oh, assertive.
Right. Listen to this. You can't leave until you finish.
All right.
Rule number 2 is very important. If you finish, we made a mistake. London, what did I give you? 2 slices of meat and that much bread?
Not even 2.
That's true.
So
You wait to see what I'm gonna order for you. You don't order.
If I do manage to finish,
What
will
are
you name it after? Will you name it after me?
Are you medicated?
Well, actually, I
You think
I
you're
tell you
gonna
what, you
finish?
hit the nail right on the head, mate.
All right, I'm gonna go
Surprise
get some food.
We're ready.
am. He's an old turd, isn't he?
He's got your number, though.
He's done,
certainly has it.
he's
You
done that
medicated.
before, hasn't
You
he?
could marry him. Do you realise you could marry him?
That's
and run
probably
this
why we
deli?
don't see his wives now, because he probably feeds them and they're just upstairs on the second floor and they can't get
Can't
down.
get down.
All eat each other's.
Okay.
Thank you,
All right.
Sam.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Just a little.
Oh, please, don't be ridiculous, Sandy.
Okay, this is for you.
No, I can't.
No.
I'm only here for a short visit.
That's not real, is it?
No, this is for. What do you mean it's not for real?
What is that?
I said if you can put your.
That's a club.
That's a plate club sandwich. And here you go, kid.
Look at that.
Ready?
This is one of our most newest and famous sandwiches.
You're looking at the Denise
Now I'm going to
Welch
go around
special.
and explain to you what every one of them is. That's Novi salmon, you know, it's fish, with a bagel, New York bagel, with some cream cheese. Over here, that is the
Pastrami?
pastrami and
On
corned
rye.
beef. Corn rye, named after Woody Allen. That's a
Really?
Broadway Danny Rose or Woody Allen.
But in all honesty, Sandy, has anybody actually ever really
No.
finished a whole
No.
sandwich?
No.
So what happens to all the food? Do people just buy one and share one?
They share it, you're allowed to share it.
Of course.
This could feed an army.
An army?
Family of 6 or 8.
It's meat, it's delicious. Absolutely
that great?
delicious, yeah.
Yeah, but there's
Wow,
nowhere to.
look at
There's
this
nowhere.
one. Wow, you're great. This is good. You're a good eater.
I'm really hungry.
Yeah, but you're doing it. You're eating it like you're from Brooklyn. You know, you're pushing it in.
I am.
You know, you got eating with gusto.
I'm gonna eat
All
the
the rest
whole lot.
of
Do
it.
you design these sandwiches to be like they are now?
No, all I
Who did
designed.
that?
All I
Thanks,
designed
Jiggy.
is fingertips, so I know how to count the money.
You need an architect
I love
for
that.
these sandwiches, not a sandwich maker. You need an
Not a
architect.
I'm so stuffed. We've either been dumped or dumped someone ourselves, and it seems that in the Big Apple, even breaking up with someone's done in a big way.
Do you remember in Sex and the City? You probably don't, but there was a great episode where Carrie, when she's going out with this guy Berger, who I thought was a bit of a tosser actually, he dumped her, but he dumped her by a post-it note. He just wrote on a post-it note and put it on a computer.
terrible.
Yeah, and you know, I thought it was a bit harsh actually, but I thought it was. I like that. I quite like the directness of
But that's not
dumping.
direct. That's not
it's
direct,
like,
though.
it is a clean dump.
No, but it's copy now.
It's literally not going back and having a little bit more and then dumping a bit.
This is from
and
the
then
woman who ran away from Mr. Papadopoulos.
I did.
On the Greek island.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a coward. I didn't want to say to him, actually, I think I've made a mistake here. I know I came here to marry you, but you kiss horrible. And I just don't like you.
And you're a troll.
And when we had sex, when I had sex with him, he had this face on that I couldn't bear. You know, like a real sort of horrible face. I thought, I can't marry this bloke. And anyway, so I went over to marry him, and we were staying in this hotel, and there was no air conditioning, and I had terrible diarrhea because I'd eaten a dodgy squid. And
what a dump that was.
That was a double dump.
Double dump.
Anyway, so I was feeling quite wretched and treacherous, and the mosquitoes were biting me. And literally, I woke up and I thought, I can't marry this bloke. And it was about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I got up and I ran away. I ran to the port, got on a boat, and fled back to my friends who were staying in Corfu. Seriously, I did.
But did you ever speak to him?
No,
Never?
no, never.
Did he not come and
Yes,
find
he came
you?
looking for me.
You're
all the
going back to
time.
Corfu soon, aren't you? We might be there.
He might be
Mr.
waiting.
Papadopoulos
He might be still waiting at the port.
How long ago was this?
Oh, it was a long time. It was 1984, so it was a long time ago.
Probably
26
out.
years ago.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it's easier, isn't
sometimes people do things that are so ridiculous that the dumping's quite easy, because I remember going out with an American guy, actually, and he was really nice, and he was from New York, and I loved his accent, and my mum used to go, oh, put him on the phone, because she loved his accent. But when we had sex, and I thought it was just this, I could get over it just the first time, but when it happened on the second time, when we had sex...
What?
On every thrust, he went...
On every what?
Thrust. He went, enjoy.
Every time?
Enjoy.
Yeah,
but not that quick. It was in that New York state of mind, really slow. Enjoy. Every single time.
Oh, I went out with the Greek. I went out with the Greek guy once.
Well, it was
and
easy.
I remember going. I was very young, going to bed with this Greek guy, and I remember him doing that. The first time he did it, he went, "Welcome to my world."
Oh, not on every thrust. Welcome.
Oh, and he meant me to be sick.
Oh, don't. No language. No.
I always run away. I always run away. And I remember being a very young actress, and I was about 20, and I was in a play on stage, and this guy. I just didn't want to be with him, and I didn't know how to tell him. And I was playing a maid, and I was on stage in my maid's outfit. And I just turned to my friend on stage and going, I'm going to run away now. And she went, what? I'm sorry. And I ran off stage in my maid's outfit, flagged a taxi down and ran away.
Still dressed as a maid?
Yes.
But sometimes I think it's better not to have to say the words. Do you know what I mean? It's difficult.
Writing letters is quite a good idea. I write long letters.
That's nice. I'd like to do that.
Yeah,
I'm not courageous enough to actually face up to the fact that something's dead and gone.
Yeah.
I tend to keep going back thinking, well, it can't be as bad as I think it is.
Or you stay in the relationship. You stay in the relationship until they do something really so terrible that he says, I don't want to be with you anymore.
But you make them so that they own the responsibility. They actually do the dumping.
That's no good for your self-esteem,
No,
is it?
it's cowardly.
Look at the state of me.
But also, if you're with someone who is a really, really lovely person, like when I was with this guy who was a really lovely person, and I knew that it was one-sided, and I knew how much he loved me, and I knew how he would be upset. I know you can't imagine that, but he did. And but it was the fact that he called me Widow Mouse as well, which helped.
Widow Mouse.
Widow Mouse. Anyway, but the thing is, every time. I can't say. Every time I tried to end it, he just had this little Widow Mouse face, and I stayed in the relationship for longer because I knew I was going to upset him. So I did the worst thing, and I waited till I met somebody else, which was worse.
Yeah.
But I just didn't have the confidence to do it.
Because actually, Widow Mouse isn't a dumping offence, really, is it? Just saying Widow Mouse. Is it a dumping offence?
Well, if you've just come from enjoy straight into Widow Mouse, do you know what I mean?
But I had this boyfriend once, and he was really, I really liked having sex with him, but I didn't particularly like him, right? So one day I went around to dump him. And I was prepared. I was like, right, I just can't go out with you anymore, and that's it. When I got round there, I couldn't resist having sex with him again, so I had sex with him, and then I thought, he went out and he went to the shops or something. I thought, right, how can I do it? What can I say to him? So I got a piece of paper and I wrote on it the first letter of the words, I don't want to go out with you anymore. So it said IDWTGO, whatever.
Yeah.
And I left it on the table, and then underneath I just put, work it out. Walked out the door.
Oh, that is cruel.
Did he work it out?
Did you ever hear from him again?
No.
He must have worked it out.
He must have
worked it out. We probably did.
One New Yorker who went down a storm back home was Janice Dickinson. So we caught up with her on her own turf, and she certainly didn't disappoint. Well, Janice, it's brilliant to have you here. The last time we saw you, of course, was when you came to England and you were on our show.
I love you.
Oh, she's lovely.
I am the hots for all of you.
What gorgeous lips, though, you've got.
Thank you. They're
Haven't
real.
you?
It's the only thing on me that's real.
But now we're here on your turf. We're here in New York, which, of course, I believe is where you were born. Am I right or am I wrong?
I was born in Brooklyn, and then when I was 18 months old, my father moved to Hollywood, Florida, moved the family, got into a massive car accident, threw my mother out of the car, and that's where we ended up living in Hollywood, Florida.
God, that's a pretty rough start, isn't it?
It's like one of those Jack Nicholson films, yeah.
Yes.
Jack Nicholson, who you subsequently had sex with.
Yes, I did. The Joker was wild that night, dearie. It was wild.
Now, this was all in your book anyway, wasn't it? Yes. So this is kind of, it is out there. Yes, exactly. So
thanks for asking. But we are back in New York.
Yes.
This was my turf for 10 years when I was the world's first supermodel.
Did you love it?
I didn't at first because I couldn't get arrested. I couldn't get hired. And I used to like beg photographers, please take my picture. And they were like, no. Everyone wanted you and you and you. Blondes, you know, Anglo blondes. And I was this like sloppy ethnic thing.
What makes you scream, Janice?
Oh, I have anger issues.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Do you have a boyfriend at the moment?
I do.
Do you? How old is he?
Shh, he's 47 for a change.
Oh,
you know, the last one was the fireman. He was 32, and it was only an 8-month run. You know, but
what do you think it is about you that still is able to? You know, obviously you've got your current boyfriend now, but can still attract the sort of 20, 25-year-old guys.
I don't want them really, but you know, I can pull.
It's nice to know that they're still there, though.
I think you all have sexual energy. It's an energy. It's not about age is not just a number. It's about a feeling and how you feel about yourself inside. Don't you agree?
How do you feel? How do you actually feel about aging? Do you have a thing about aging, or do you not have a number in your head at all?
You're not confident. Here's what happened with the younger guy, and I'll be straight up. You know, okay, I'm 55 years old and proud of it. You know, there's enough Botox and botulism in my body, you know, to like keep a small country in micro Indonesia alive. You know, there's just really Botox fillers and you know everything is like this is what I do for camera, as you all know. But I was beginning to test my womanhood and my age because I started like really seeing the wrinkles. You know, at stoplights I was going like this. You know, and just pulling my skin up. And I thought, why am I doing this? I don't need to do this because he was younger. And I
Carol has a much younger boyfriend. And
I have a much younger boy. He's 22 years younger than me.
That's hot.
He is very hot. He's gorgeous.
Lovely.
And I do that.
Do you?
I think everybody does it. Even if you were going out with a guy who's 25 years older than you, you would still do it.
Like I neck tape my neck. I forgot the neck tape is a turkey neck.
Well, you can neck tape your neck.
What do you do for your neck? Because my neck's going.
No, your neck is fine.
Janice, we've done the Sex and the City tour while we've been in New York. Now, if you were one of those girls in Sex and the City, which girl would you be?
Well, since I dated the real Mr. Big, Ron Galati, let's talk shop, girls. When I was dating the publisher of American Vogue, his name was Ron Galati. They called him Vroom Vroom Galati because he drove around in red Ferraris. And I was with Ron for about a year. Yes, I had sex on top of Vogue.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yes, I did.
Not a copy of one, actual in the building.
In the building, on the sofa. Check, please. And when I dumped him, he took up with Candace Bushnell. Sex and the City. And let me tell you something, Mr. Big, okay? Mr. Big, I'm the one that named Ronnie Boy Mr. Big. So Candy, I should get some credit.
Did you coin that phrase too?
Yes, I did.
So you're the Carrie then,
so you're
really,
Carrie.
of the foursome.
No, she's the Carrie, but you know, I dumped. Picture me. Okay, they should really do Sex and the City 4 with all of us, but I should be the one that hands Carrie over to Big on a silver platter.
So, Janice, is there a lot of sex to be had in this city? Do you think?
You can have, by the time a leaf falls off a tree, you can get pounded.
Really?
If it has a pulse, it'll happen. Are you kidding me? It's New York City. And men will go into bars and they'll just take their rings off and you can see the tan. You can see the tan where their wedding ring belongs.
So, well, give us some tips then. Say if we were going out, you were walking into a bar, you probably wouldn't have to do anything. You'd just walk in.
Well, just
but it's
wear
more
a skirt
difficult
and don't wear any panties.
Yeah, but how do they know you're not wearing panties? You
Just get a t-shirt. Not wearing any knickers. Do you want me now or in the bathroom? Wink, wink.
Well, because it's so hot here at the moment, a lot of women are going out without their trousers on.
Yeah, they want to get down the trouser.
We were in a Cuban bar the other night, and these guys came up, and one started dancing. They just come up to you, don't they? They just get your hands and then they start wriggling around you. And then I had a little wriggle, and we all got wriggly, and we were going like that. And then I came and sat down because I had a bit of a turn, and then he came over to Carol, and she went, "No, get off! Don't talk to me! Don't touch me!"
Yeah, but at least I had my trousers on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she got up and she had a little dance.
Yeah,
she was brilliant.
Yeah.
She said, "Well, what is it? No one's wearing any trousers. I'm going to take them all down the trouser shop."
Can I come back and be on your show again sometime?
Oh,
please?
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
Please.
And, you know, you do qualify, I suppose, as a loose woman because, like all of us, you have to have a lot of baggage. And you've...
I'll show you loose. I once told Sylvester Stallone I could wrap my legs around my neck and he goes...
And you can.
I can do both. I'm a yogatini. I'm sorry. You didn't see anything. I tucked the penis in, don't worry.
And you said go out with no knickers on. I got knickers on.
They're nude.
It's been so lovely to meet you.
No.
And you're such a lovely lady.
Can we spend the night together and just like face masks and like?
I thought you were just spending the night together
Great
with me.
to be in New York with Janice Dickinson. Thank you so much.
I love you.
Thank
Thank you very much. Thank you. I love you so much.
We love you.
Thank
You're
you.
amazing.
New York is one of the fashion capitals of the world, so choosing what to wear is even more of a problem, especially for Nana here.
I've tried to dress today like they do, you know, like when they do in New York. Because they sort of wear even more evening-y things for day, but now I just think I look like I'm going to my auntie's wedding.
Yeah.
You look perfect with all the hanging baskets and
Because
everything around you.
I don't normally wear things like pearls, and now I just feel ridiculous.
You look like that Jennifer Saunders' mum in Ab Fab.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks, Carol.
Oh, June Whitfield.
Is this quite a formal setting?
You don't, darling. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I think you dress perfectly for where we are, having tea with all the flowers overlooking.
Do you?
Do you think you dress your age?
No, but the thing is, well, yeah, I do. I do think I dress my age. The thing is about New York that I find though is that it's that competing with everybody that's beautiful. Because you know when we were going up to the roof terrace of the hotel the other night, and I came out my room and pressed the button, and I like opened to a lift full of supermodels, and this girl went, "Oh, you're too pretty to get in here," and I wanted to punch her, just say, "Don't patronise me."
Really?
Did she?
Yeah. Oh, you're too pretty to get in here.
That's your paranoia, though, you see.
I know, but it's like being in an episode of America's Top Model every time you just walk out your hotel room.
Absolutely
It is a
beautiful,
bit.
yeah.
But also, it makes you make the effort, though, doesn't it? It makes me make more effort
I think
here.
it makes you make the effort. But also different cities, different clothes for different cities. You know, you dress differently here to you would in England anyway.
Well, also it's very, very
London.
hot here as well, so you're seeing a lot more flesh than you would normally.
Yeah.
That's the thing, I find that quite intimidating because it's quite a big thing to get flesh out. When you see all this marvellous skinny flesh everywhere, it's a bit
I find
scary.
that there are a lot of older women here who still are wearing very, very short mini skirts.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Well, I've seen lots of older women with
Some
tiny
people can get
hips.
away. Some people can get away with it. You can get away with it. I just still feel mutton if I wear a mini dress.
Well, there is a certain age, though, isn't there, where you have to stop wearing mini skirts.
Why?
No, you don't wear mini skirts.
does.
She's got one on now.
No, that's the way she's sitting.
No, it's not. You can nearly see her.
In fact, it's not even it's just a top.
It is quite short.
She's just wearing a top.
It's quite short. But
Carol's dress is up to there. Sherry's going. She doesn't wear mini skirts.
No, that's not.
It's
It's
up to
not the
there.
way she's sitting. I've never seen you in a mini.
Stand up.
Look.
Look, it is.
It is a mini skirt. Yeah.
it is quite
It's
short.
very elegant though because it's not sort of figure hugging.
Exactly,
And
it's not
it's just
like a-
kind of drapage.
It's not like a child's mini skirt, is it? Like we used to wear when we were 20.
Yeah, but I do wear those. I have got a denim mini skirt.
Well,
which
then
is
you are
literally-
ridiculous, and I take
No,
it all back.
if you've got the legs,
With
I mean,
black
that's the thing.
tights,
If you've
with
got
black
really,
tights, it looks nice.
yeah, and
Black
even brown bare
tights,
legs.
yes.
Yeah.
If you've got good legs, you can get away with it. That's the thing. It's not your age. It's whether you've got good legs.
Why,
Oh, no, there is an
why?
age thing.
Why do you have to? Why do you say that though?
But there
why do you say
is.
there's an age when you can't wear something? Clothes are so personal. You should be able to wear whatever you like, and who should judge anybody for what they wear?
If you saw someone in a really short mini who was
95
huge and 95,
Yeah, but
you'd
that
have
would
something
be
to say about it.
That would be maybe more the figure rather than the.
No,
age
I
and the
would
fish.
never. I would never say anything.
I think I'm too
I'd
old
say I
to wear
don't
my
care.
dungarees that I bought recently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? Why? You've just said you've just said that you're not.
Yeah, but you just said it. You've just said it in a way that you want people to go, actually, don't wear them, Denise, because you look silly.
No, not
Do you think
no.
I do?
They're
You
not that you're
said it
too
that
old or
way.
to wear them or anything, but they're just hideous.
No, they're not hideous.
They are.
They're not hideous. I love my dungarees. I love my
I think there
dungarees.
comes a point where you
You're like a
just there are certain
decorator.
things you can't wear.
What's wrong with
And your hair.
decorators?
I think having long hair when you get to a certain age can look a little bit strange.
So do I. So do I.
I think there's a point, and I wouldn't necessarily know when it came for me. I'd like to think that somebody said to me, "Hang on a minute, that long hair."
I think long
a
hair.
little bit too girly, whirly.
Blue
No,
rinse.
that's a
And
ridiculous
shampoo
thing.
and set.
No, look at Goldie Hawn. You
Well,
can't
I
say
think
that
she should cut her hair off.
Oh, yeah,
I think she looks
I think she should go.
fantastic.
I think she should go for
I
a
love
bowl.
No, I
Goldie
think
Hawn.
you're wrong.
I'm a huge fan of Goldie Hawn, but I do think that she probably should maybe not have the all pushed up on a platter and the hair all like teased into some.
she
Because
looks
because then I think you
fantastic.
get that syndrome that I had when I had the extensions in, where you see this person from behind with this long flowing locks, and people then go, "Bibbit, like that when they see you from the front. It doesn't look right. It doesn't go with the front.
They don't go.
When you have long hair.
It's misleading.
They don't go together.
They scream. Literally, you're walking down the road and then you turn around and go, ah!
And often it's not real
It's a
hair.
scream face.
Because when you get to a certain, your hair starts to get thinner and a bit more wiry.
Speak for yourself.
Well, I'm really grey. I'm really, really grey. If I didn't colour my hair, I'd have loads and loads of grey. And the textures change. So if I don't hot brush it or blow dry it, it's just like wiry frizz. And I think if you try and do that with if you've got that with long hair,
I think it totally depends on the person. You're a very tiny little creature.
A thing?
And so you couldn't, if you had long hair, you'd look like a troll. So the thing is,
Hold on. Go back. If I had long hair, I'd look like a troll.
Well, yeah, because you're so tiny, you're only
What's
4
wrong with
foot.
a troll's hair doesn't go down. Troll's hair goes out.
I lost my virginity to a troll.
Under a bridge.
We've all known a troll.
Seriously, he looked like he should have been on the end of a pencil.
Why did you have sex with a troll?
I think you do have to be careful when you get to a certain age with hair, definitely.
I don't think with hair, but I do think with clothes in the sense of too short or too revealing or too young or...
But the more people say that, the more I want to rebel against it.
No, I know
people
what you're
say,
saying,
oh, you're
but-
too old to wear a miniskirt. I will go out without a skirt
But you
on.
don't dress
I'll
to
just
shock,
go
Carol.
out.
You don't. You're actually really, really elegant.
No,
I think
I'm
you
just
dress
saying,
really
you
well.
don't dress too
Carol in
young.
elegant
But I'm
things.
50.
But I prefer you. Well, I like it when you
Opposed
wear
to
elegant
what?
things.
Opposed to what? Jeans and t-shirts?
Jeans and rock and
Yeah.
roll top.
Rock and roll.
Don't you think she
Yeah.
looks right in jeans and
No, I
t-shirts?
do sometimes, but I like Carol when I think because of her height and her statuesque figure, she looks nice when she's wearing classic clothes as well.
Oh, thanks, mate.
In need of some professional fashion advice, we went to the world-famous Milk Studios to meet Zana Roberts-Rassi, a senior fashion editor for Marie Claire in the US, to have a Sex and the City makeover.
So we're all great fans of Sex and the City, and the big thing for me, especially, is the fashion. It is the clothes and the.
That's the whole thing. I mean, the girls are their characters in the way they dress.
Okay, so what can you do for us? Because we've all
Bagsy being the bold Samantha.
Okay,
Why?
Why?
Bagsy brainy.
Sherry, Charlotte. So that leaves me with.
Okay.
Carrie's. I love Carrie. So come on, what can we wear? What can we wear? What can we wear?
What can we wear? Okay, so I picked.
First, Carol.
All right,
Yeah.
Carrie. So I think one of the best looks that Carrie wears in the movie is when she goes to the desert and she wears this.
Carol's favourite colour. Look how totally.
Oh my God! No, I swear that was not planned. I mean, we'll try it on and play around, but I think the key is definitely wearing it with flip-flops. It's a flip-flop gown. It's not
flop.
Don't dress these up
it's
because
a
then it
desert
just gets
dress,
too much.
isn't it?
Exactly.
This might just
Waft
disappear.
around the desert. We don't do that all the time. That's you. Okay, and then we have
Couldn't be
Brainy.
more perfect.
But Brainy's now gone very sexy, and because she's got an amazing figure. So we're gonna go with the pint pot. There we go. It's beautiful. This is actually a Donna Karan dress.
Is it?
But there's a scene in the movie where she wears it, and she looks so
It's
incredible.
so heavy.
But
Is
Lisa
it
can carry
jersey?
it off.
Well, she's so tiny.
She's got no body.
You're perfect proportions.
Thank you. And you would know.
Sherry, what's Sherry got?
Sherry, our prim and proper. So we're gonna go with. It's not too prim and proper actually. It's actually the shift dress with the tie-dye print, so that livens it up a bit. So it's a perfect length there. But we're going to brighten it up with a little cardigan. Because we think Kristen Davis doesn't really like showing her arms.
She'll be roasted.
She'll be roasted. She'll be roasted. I know it's
Have they all got
boiling.
completely different styles in real life, Sana?
Completely. They're very similar to this.
Oh, really?
They are. As their character, their style, and their fashion.
And do you think that was
all
before
overlap.
the show, or do you think the show has influenced their own personal fashion?
I think they might have been like that, actually. I definitely think Sarah Jessica Parker has that eclectic manner about her. I know Kristen Davis was very prim, but I think she's probably even pushed it even further.
What am I gonna
Okay,
wear?
now, this is going to be a subtle sequin now. We don't want to go too over the top.
No, she's never been subtle in her life.
This is...
But look, what's quite scaring me is that's the front. We want people to buy this DVD, Sana.
Are you worried about
We're going to frighten the animals.
She's being covered up too much.
That's a bit of a high neck for me. And with what kind of shoe do you
We're
think?
going to definitely put here. And you know what, Samantha? Is always going to be a fan of leopards, so I think something like that. Something.
Oh, wow.
Bringing a bit of the cobbles to New York.
There. So should we try?
Yeah.
Let's have a go.
Wait,
Right,
thank
let's
you.
go. Okay. Oh, Charlotte. You look amazing.
So this is Charlotte.
This is Charlotte. This is our prim and proper Charlotte. She's wearing, obviously, this really classic shift dress, but it's got this tie-dye print, which kind of gives it a bit more of a lively look to it. We've teamed it with this block colour. Basically, always with a print, I'd advise putting a block colour with it because it just breaks it up slightly. This lovely, cute green. The dress is from Michael Kors.
Okay.
This is from one of our favourite American stores, J. Crew. Cashmere cardigan. Slim shape. I think it looks amazing on you.
Yeah, it's an unusual look. It's not something I would wear.
You know what the thing is? It's that very prim and proper, and that's much more American as well in that way. They're very pulled together, and like we're all like, well, me personally, very like kind of
out
looser.
there. Very like you, loose. So do you think we should get another one out?
I'd love to see another one.
Right,
Who have we got? Lisa?
Let's have a look at you.
Oh! Amazing! Look how great! How hot? Oh, no, I'm not the bag. You look incredible.
I love it. I love
really
this
brilliant.
dress. It's fantastic.
Okay, you have to order this dress. It's Donna Karen. You have to order this dress.
I'm going to.
Amazing.
Does it make me look brainy, like Miranda?
Well, it makes you look really hot.
Thank you. Right, Denzi. Denzi,
come
where
on,
are you?
this is so much fun. I love this one.
Nana in the city.
Look how amazing! I'm sorry. Gorgeous.
I'm like, do you remember those tippy tumble dolls that like that?
God, you have to do a sequin of you, Samantha.
Like, look, oot for the lads, oot for the lads. There she is. Put the wire away. Now, where's this from?
This is a Richard Try dress, and then we've got these Charlotte Olympia shoes, which obviously, being Samantha, you need a bit of a leopard. And this is actually a subtle way of doing sequins. I'd never advise
This is subtle? Now, this is interesting on me because I have no waist at all. I just go straight up and down, so I would normally not
the quick
wear
cut
that.
to a waist, put a belt on it, always.
Really? You don't think that makes me look too thick?
No, it gives you a great waist definition.
I'm the brainy one. Sorry, Dennis.
That's what they used to call me when I looked like a boy when I was at school. I told you.
Yes, it was just a slip of the tongue.
They did. Dennis Welsh or Squelchy Welshy.
I think you look fab.
Thank you, my darling. Funky and fun.
Very Samantha.
Very Samantha. Bold and over the top.
Liven this Charlotte up a bit by the end of the night.
Where's Cari?
Her toenails.
Oh, this is the most amazing colour.
Look how gorgeous. This is the flip-flop gown. It's not about gowns that you dress up anymore. It's not about formal gowns. It's about lightweight gowns with a flip-flop. It's completely not practical, but it looks amazing.
Is it comfortable? It looks comfortable.
It really is. It's just so gorgeous. It feels...
Have you got a bra?
Beautiful. No.
And then you've got this neckline, which makes you even longer. Look at those arms. You must work. I don't believe you don't work out.
It is gorgeous.
You've got a job exactly in that colour, haven't you?
You look amazing, ladies. I mean,
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Lovely to meet you.
Too.
With all the girls dressed up, it's a perfect time to show off and model our new looks.
Sexy in the city.
If New York is a city that never sleeps, then what exactly is everyone getting up to all night? And most intriguingly for us, where?
So, girlies, do you remember when Samantha, taking us back to our Manchester, Samantha, remember when Samantha had sex at 39,000 feet for the first time? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Sherry, you'll see it on the box set.
Yeah.
In the mile. Well, kind of, except at the Mile High Club, I think me and Carol think is when you go in the toilets, isn't it?
Oh.
Well,
yes,
it is.
on a charter where everybody else is pissed on the floor.
Well, that's what I mean.
And you just go in there and there's no room, literally, and you've got to sit on the scuzzy sink.
Every charter,
Not that I've done it.
because every charter I go on, where there's always a queue of about 30,000 people, how do you ever do that thing of going? In there, when there's absolutely no space.
And two of you would have to come out.
And
so
then that happens. And then two of you have to come out.
down the loo.
Actually, my friend is a stewardess, and she works for a very famous airline, and she said that normally you're supposed to get in trouble if you've been doing, that jiggy jig in the toilet. But she's like so used to it now that when she knows people are in there, because they're in there for ages, that when they're about to come out, she has a little glass of champagne ready for them.
No, is
Yeah.
that true?
Yeah, you've got an upset
honestly,
stomach.
absolutely,
That's why you're
totally
in there.
true.
What?
What
No,
have you
there's
got
two of
the
them.
squirt?
What, two people?
She doesn't mean if they've had diarrhea that she's got some champagne going, congratulations, when they come
honestly,
out.
I've never, that Mile High thing, I kind of feel a little bit like I haven't really lived, because everyone goes, oh, have you joined that thing, done that in the sky thing?
I don't understand what's so fantastic about having...
Well, it's not fantastic, it's just that if you've got quite a long plane journey and you get and you get sort of a bit heated, under your,
a bit bored.
under your little, you know, your
Because
little
you can't
blanket.
have a fag, it's something else to do, isn't
Does
it?
that mean there's a train club then? A train loo club?
Have you done a train? I've
No,
done a
I'm
train.
just wondering, is it the same thing on a train?
I'd love to do a
not quite as
sleepover
high.
train thing, you know?
No, it's
like
not
that.
high,
Mine wasn't
but
a
is it the
sleepover.
same?
My fantasy has always been that on a train.
Has it?
Yeah.
Not the tube.
No, not the tube.
Where would you go on a
train.
tube?
No, on a train, and I did years
To
and years and years
Paradise
ago.
and back
I
to-
did years and years and years ago on a train, but the thing
in
is that,
the loo?
Yeah, but that was in the olden days when you actually
my
like before
God,
technology,
are you
because you know my
serious?
horror of technology, that you actually went into a train toilet, shut the
locked
door, it
it.
went from green to red, and there you go.
Yeah.
But
Then you open your legs, he says, mind the gap, please.
But what horrified me was not so long ago, to remember that I told you, because I then thought about what if it was these days when I
That
went home
press
on that one.
button.
Well, that press one. And I was, remember now, I was halfway down with my leg and that door went because I hadn't pressed the thing. Can you imagine that?
I can't see the attraction of doing it, and I don't even want to go to the toilet in a train toilet.
Or a
Yet
plane
alone
toilet.
go
That was
in
always
there
mine.
and make mad passionate love to somebody.
So where's
I mean,
your-
it's
so-
just
all right,
so
all right, all right.
disgusting.
Also, they're really wobbly. You can't stand up.
gross.
I always get put on the sink anyway because I'm not high enough.
Oh, I know you and
So I always
Jeanette
get-
cranky.
Wherever there's somewhere to plop me on, I always get plopped on.
Where's your oddest place that you've ever done it?
In a changing... no, in a tent, probably. In a tent.
Oh, that's quite romantic.
No, it's with two blokes.
Oh.
With two blokes. Wow.
Nothing romantic about that, babes.
I don't mean waking under a tent, you mean in a tent.
Why can't you sing Goo Gang Gooly 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 like everybody else and make beans?
Do you know what the terrible thing about it was? It was a tent, and it's like, do you know when you see people driving along and they're picking their nose and they think no one can see them? Like when you're in a tent and there's like a canvas covering, you think no one can hear anything.
But then you see that shadow.
Honestly, like the canvas like knocking on like a carry-on
It's like
film.
those little dog things you do on the wall in the shadows. There's like a little thing going in and out like that.
Honestly, knock, knock, knock. Can you be
What,
quiet, please?
on a canvas door?
Oh, that's funny.
Do you know where Tim's oddest place was?
Where? No.
In a coffin. And I don't want any references to me. Thank you very much. I did.
Why? Why? How?
Because he was a court jester in Langley Castle.
Oh, of course he was.
Remember when they used to have those medieval banquets and everyone, and there was
Oh,
all,
yes,
and there was all, and
yes.
all, no, it wasn't in the medieval times.
Yes, I know what you
they-
mean. When we had dinner.
So they had, so you had dinner.
Yeah.
And he was a single guy, and there was lots of fit wenches.
What?
Because the only
What's
only
the
place
coffin?
was
Coffin come into it?
Oh no, so I forgot to say, because at one point of
Forgot
the
to mention-
at one point of the evening, he would be the sort of MC. He would then be the court jester, but another point of the evening, he would then be Dracula on another level. And when he was Dracula, they had all these coffins, and there was all the young wenches doing all that, and that was
So he
that was
pulled
them.
one and got one in the coffin. I haven't really done it anywhere exciting. I'm feeling a bit rubbish about that now.
Not in somebody's back garden.
Someone's back garden? No, not even anyone's back garden.
Have you not ever?
I've done it in the
I have
Royal
to
Box
say-
at the Shaftesbury
In a
Theatre.
swimming pool. Have you done it in a swimming pool?
Yeah, it's not easy.
There you are. You've
Thank
got
you.
somewhere.
Or in the sea. I tell you what, I did it
I've done it in the
once.
sea.
Round by a
Makes you
swimming
really
pool.
sore.
In a resort.
What was sore?
What?
What was sore?
Makes your Liliana sore in the sea. It's all that
No,
salt.
but that's the salt.
Exactly.
If you do it in a swimming pool, you've only got like chlorine.
Yeah.
That's quite soothing, though, isn't
And the
it?
old rubber ring
Yeah,
floating by.
that's all right.
It's funny because if you've got a sore throat, you do that with salt. So it's funny that it doesn't, isn't it?
It's not the
I'm
same
sure
kind
there's
of
a joke
friction
in there
though.
somewhere. I'm not sure we can say what it is though.
No.
Another strawberry.
One of the best ways to see New York is from the River Hudson. So the Loose Women and new best friend Janice Dickinson
I love loose women because I'm a loose woman.
climbed aboard a luxury yacht for a champagne tour. It's a hard life.
Sex in the City, woman! Yay! Sex in the City! Sex in the City! Anywhere will do. Screw those New York bitches. It's all about loose women.
Yes.
Hey.
Definitely.
Isn't this the best?
You had a good time. How well do you know New York? Do you know all this? Could you tell us what's happening?
Let me tell you, the most important point of his interest, seriously, for the United States of America is coming up. It's called Lady Liberty, the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
And this is the most important island. It's called Ellis Island. And it's where we're all refugees from the United States. We come from England. We come from Ireland. We come from the Great Britain. That's why they call it great. We come. My father's Scotch, Irish, English. My mother's from Poland. So they're refugees. We came to this. Our forefathers came to this country, but they had to pass Ellis Island.
What's the naughtiest thing you've ever done here in New York?
I had sex in a church.
Did you?
Did you?
Good Catholic girl like you.
I bet you've had sex on many a yacht like this, though, have you?
Oh, I'm gonna say yes. I've had sex underwater, on top of water.
Have you ever gone to confession, Janice? I mean, I don't know if you've got that knowledge.
I need an accounting firm.
Janice, if I said to you, and I think I know what the answer would be, if I said to you, quality or quantity, I think I know what you'd say. But if it was about friends, you know how the five of us are all having such a laugh now? And in Sex in the City, there's four of them and they've all been friends for years. We hit earlier when we were in the bar and you said that your gay friends were your main, you know, the main comfort for you. Do you have, what do you think about quality or quantity of friends? Do you think it's how many you have or just the strong friendships you have within your group?
It's absolutely about quality for me. Because you can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. You thought it was going to be something real profound.
You can pick your friends or you can pick your nose.
But you can't pick your friend's
It
nose.
was a really good
No,
friend.
you know what? I swear to you, I feel so close to you girls, and I've only done your show. This is the second time. I feel I could be friends with you guys for such a long time. You make me feel so welcome.
Well, we all said the same thing after we'd met you.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
But that's about being open, though, isn't it? It's about not being closed and that you
Or
give,
judging.
you just give, not judging anything you've ever done. We don't care.
But a gorgeous woman like you doesn't have to judge anybody. You're like, look at me and look at you. But it's true. But
how
what's
easy?
your question, though? I want to get into this.
How easily do you make friends?
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't really class us as friends, would you?
No.
Would you?
Well, just dear buddies.
Yeah.
Dear buddies. I mean, right now you could call me at 2 a.m. and I'd help you fix your tire.
Would you?
Yeah, I would.
Can you find my phone?
I will find your phone. I'll buy you a new goddamn
I think
phone.
that I make friends, because sometimes you'll say to me that I make friends. My husband has said to me before that when I go out, he said, why don't you just have your phone number tattooed on your head, because it'll save you the time when you get drunk of just
He's
giving
just
it to all
jealous.
and sundry. Of course he is. But I sometimes do, like a lot of people, we have like new best friends all the time. And I think I maybe have more of a friend network than a lot of people, but some people would say that was just acquaintances. I don't know.
Oh my God! Put this on hold and take a look. Just look at that.
It's the Statue of Liberty.
I'm so sorry. Hold that thought. Get the goddamn cameras out. Let's make a pledge to Lady Liberty for each thing that Lady Liberty can help us with.
Okay.
A pagan goddess.
We can only go around so many times.
Okay,
Janice.
you first. You first.
Lady Liberty can help me be taller. Can you do that?
No.
More truthful. Be truthful. I think that would be a good thing to do.
Lady Liberty, take note. You're next.
Lady Liberty is going to give me confidence for the rest of my life, get a divorce, and move on.
Quite right. You next.
Okay, I've caused a few upsets for my family recently, so I'd like to have Lady
Tell
Liberty
that
give
to
me
Lady
some
Liberty.
peace.
What about you?
Come on.
She lost her phone. She wants her phone back.
I think Lady Liberty is going to. I want Lady Liberty to free me from
technology.
Free you from what?
No, shush.
From grumpiness.
Shush.
From the loose women bitches.
I knew it would be
We'll drink to
truthful.
that. Freedom.
Cheers.
Now, as you may know, us loose women can party with the best of them. But I tell you something, this week's even taken its toll on me.
Do you know what, though? I could actually do with a little snooze. I need a little siesta because I just think the pace of life in this city is so hectic. And I actually never normally say this, but I think I do feel a bit old. I really feel my age here because there's so much to do. There's so much I want to do, and I just feel like feel like Nana, dear.
If I stayed here another few days, I would be going home in a coffin, I think.
Do you think we're too old for New York?
Yeah. I do. I
don't think you are.
I don't think I feel like I am too old for New York.
Do you?
In fact, may I remind you that I've been going home early to everything we've been going to. I've been really feeling it.
You're lightweight.
I think I am. Well, I'm small.
Yeah,
so I get filled up with a lot of wine very quickly.
I think I'm too old for sitting in that bar like I did last night on that swingy seat, being like that with all the fit guys going like that. And then when they make eye contact with you, they do that and look to see if their dad's just come in behind. Rather than Nana on a swing.
Special treatment, didn't we, last night? We went to this.
I think your life changes though through to the ages, don't they? Like 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and you just turned 50. I think you do kind of change on those 10-year changes.
Well, you should change. I don't know whether Carol and I have.
Maybe you should.
No, but you're all with
Here we go again.
Because do you feel that when you have like a raging hangover or like, you know, when you're working hard and you're going out and stuff as well, it takes its toll on you. Do you not feel that?
Of course it does. Yeah, my body.
But we have a laugh.
My body isn't anywhere near as hardy, sturdy, whatever. I can't tolerate too much partying. But if I'm in a place like New York, I will party every night because you have to. You've got to make the most of it. And I will suffer next week and I will feel quite ill.
With a blanket in her flask in front of Dave.
Carol rang me this morning going, "You all right, Dance?" I went, "No, I feel low." She went, "I'm still drunk."
No, I did not.
You've got to do it, I suppose. It's a bit like when in Rome, and you've got to try and give it your best shot.
Make the most of life.
I remember I was 33 and I was going out loads and I was staying up all night and completely abusing my body and doing lots of naughty things. And I remember feeling really depressed with myself, like, because I'd wake up and I looked terrible. My face didn't bounce back like it used to. And I thought, I've got to change my lifestyle. I've got to stop doing this. And that's when I met Paul. I met him in a bar when I was absolutely off my nuts, having a jolly old time of it, and I thought, I'm glad I didn't stop doing this because I would never have met him.
No,
so you do have opportunity if you just embrace things a bit more. You know, you get out there and you get in the middle of it. You do get more opportunities.
I think it's just about compromise, isn't it? I mean, I've definitely, and I know you probably all go, I haven't, but I definitely have calmed down a little bit. But the trouble is, I'm a binger, aren't I? So I try, but once I get the little bit of taste of of the alcohol and just of the party thing, those words, well, that's me then. They've never been programmed in to my bodily computer.
We now go,
I don't think I've ever
then.
said them. Yeah, people go, that's you then. I've never gone, well, that's me. Never said it, ever.
You see, I actually, I know you're going to laugh, but I do. I actually do. The other night we were out.
Yeah, you do.
I ran away again. I ran away. I came out of that club we were in.
You were absolutely hammered.
Well, that was it, but at least
she knows, though.
Yeah, but if she wouldn't stop, she'd carry on.
Yeah.
You'd go for another drink, wouldn't you? And I wouldn't. I actually thought, I can't stay out any longer. I'm going to get in a cab.
But you
I got in a cab on my own and I ran away.
You left because you were so horrified with your chicken burger.
That is not why I left. I left because
she had a row with the chicken burger.
But the thing about
Carol, do you look like me? Do you look like the sort of thing I'd be eating?
But the thing with you is that you do get drunk, but you actually are. You're not really a heavyweight because you do have maybe 3 drinks and then she's
I'm
gone.
Drunk, yeah.
I don't ever appear to get drunk, but I do get drunk. I always think I always say I don't drink or anything, but I do drink and I do get drunk.
But you always say you don't get drunk. You do.
And you were the one when we were at the airport coming out. You nearly had like a yard of ale of champagne. Didn't she?
We had 3 hours before everybody else did. I've tried all the cocktails. She's going to have this one.
But I haven't drunk anything. And I actually feel I haven't, and I just go on and on and on. And I go, oh, I feel ill. And I go, oh, I've got a sick stomach today. I must have eaten something.
It's nice to see you having a good time and cutting loose.
Well, the thing is, I'm the only single one here, and my lifestyle has totally changed since I've been single. So now I have to live in a city, and I could live here. Like I like living in London, I'd love to live here, because when you're on your own, you have to kind of make a life for yourself. When you can't be in the country, you can't be in a house, you know, full-bedroom house or whatever, because you're on your own, so you have to make another complete lifestyle change.
Are you not intimidated by the glamour of New York? And
Of course I'm intimidated, but I think I love it because it's exciting, yeah. And because I'm on my own now, you know, you've got to go, OK, come on, let's go for this.
That's exactly what I did when I was single. I was
Yeah.
single for so long, and that's why I was going to move to Paris, because I needed a change of scenery, I needed an adventure, I needed a challenge,
Something to
I needed
happen,
something,
yeah.
And then Mark came along, and so I didn't have
was
to.
your
because
challenge.
That was it. That was my challenge.
Well, I can't believe it, but our time in New York is nearly over. But what great memories we're going to take back with us.
So this is a Cosmopolitan.
Cheers,
Cheers,
girls. Cheers to a fabulous week with three of my bestest friends. It's been great.
Oh, we've had some good times and some good drinks.
Oh, look, I've got shakes.
My favourite moment, I think, is that not? Are you happy with that?
That's my favourite moment.
It's lovely. I love it. I love the cocktails.
Do you remember Sherry's drink problem in the back of the limo just because she just kept spilling it?
She was just doing that.
What a waste.
She didn't get it to her mouth, did you? Sherry in the sex shop was a bit of a highlight for me.
Oh dear.
The big black
the sex shop was great.
It's ruined me for life.
The Sex and the City tour was great, and especially for you, because although we love it, you are the aficionado, aren't you, of Sex and the City?
So thank you for sharing all that Sex and the City information.
I'm gonna lend you all my box sets.
Okay, so we
So
know what
you can
we're
watch,
talking
and
about.
you'll watch it, and you'll go, oh, I know what she was talking about.
We were there.
We went
Do
there.
you know who I loved as well was in the Carnegie Deli? That's Sandy.
Sandy.
He was a character.
He was a right
He really was a
character.
character. And at one point, I was taking a photo. Lisa said, "Oh, can you take a picture of me with Sandy?" So I couldn't work a camera, so I sort of had it dipping down a bit. He said, "You trying to take a picture of the crown jewels?"
And when he said to you, are you on medication?
I know. He couldn't have got me more right, could he?
And do you remember when we went into the coffee shop and it said, you've got to, before you go, bust your table? Do you remember that?
Bust your table, which we'd never heard about,
Clean
had
your
we?
table, bust your table.
Do you know what was lovely as well? Was meeting the bonkers Janice Dickinson, who I know makes me look like Mary Poppins, which is brilliant. But when we were on that yacht and seeing it, because she'd never actually, she said, been on a boat trip like that and been that close up to the Statue of Liberty, and she got all
She
go patriotic and teary.
When people say, oh, the Tower of London, it's so amazing, you know, I don't think I've ever been there.
Never been, I know. Being a tourist in your own city.
Yeah,
New York is like, it's exactly what it says on the tin, because sometimes you've gone places that you see on TV and in the films, and they aren't like it when you get there. But to me, this is exactly what I expected New York to be.
Why is it called the Big Apple? Do we know? Because they talk about taking a bite out of the Big Apple. I think we've had a big old chunk of it, don't you, since we've been here?
See what you did there, Lisa?
I don't know. That one. Do you know what? The other thing is, I haven't been here for 10 years, and it's changed so much
Has
in
it?
10 years.
In what
yeah.
way?
In a good way?
Oh yeah, in a good way.
Yeah,
it just seems much cleaner. And the meatpacking district, when I came 10 years ago, there was nothing there. There was basically nothing there. And
empty building.
Now, I mean, it's just the coolest place.
That's where I would like to live. One of the coolest things was when I phoned Matthew, who was very rarely impressed with, you know, supportive, but very rarely sort of like, oh, is that what you did or is that who you met?
Yeah.
But when I said that we'd done this photo shoot at Milk Studios, he went, not Milk Studios in the meatpacking area of Meatpackers
Studios.
Female studio. Oh, and he knew every studio that does the different photography, what it's famous for. Because you know, Patti Smith was rehearsing downstairs when we were in that.
Yeah.
That couple were like the uberest, coolerest couple
And
in
it was,
the world.
And really great, she was English as well, which I thought was really nice.
And from Manchester.
To see a young girl like that who's really kind of found opportunities and travelled.
Whose mum liked us.
Yeah. But also, you know what? I thought you filled that dress better than Samantha.
Yeah.
Because she's quite long, kind of bit of a
skinny,
bow.
yeah.
She's thin and fat.
No, you filled that frock better than Samantha.
Thank you,
Stop
Lisa
now.
Maxwell.
You've gone too far, Lisa.
Thank you. But you know, I honestly think that we have to do it again. And I just want to say, in all seriousness, I couldn't have had a better time with anybody else. It's been fabulous.
Friendship in New York.
Friendship to Sex and the City. And thank you for watching.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, cheers. Well, what a week. The loose women have been let loose in New York, and now it's time to leave. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your continued viewing.
From me, Lisa, Carol and Sherry, it's over and out.